Alrighty, how's it going, YouTube? Today's video is going to be on the Umidigi Z2. Let's unbox, and there we go. Now, this is also my first time, so we're experiencing the same thing as if you would. And this phone I was actually anticipating as well, because it is a 6.2-inch Full HD Plus. Booklet on the side. We get a red USB Type-C cable. Judging by this, they removed the headphone jack. And then the wrong charging brick for the United States. You can use your own. So let's look at the paperwork real quickly. So we got the pin to take out the SIM and the user manual. Okay, let me bore you with some specs. The CPU has two different kinds. One's running 2 gigahertz, the other is running 1.5 gigahertz. So we do have 8 cores. System running on the newest Android 8.1, which is always nice to see. We got 6 gigs of RAM with 64 gigs of memory installed. 2 nano SIM cards, or 1 nano SIM and 1 micro SD card. The battery is 3,850 milliamp. 6.2-inch Full HD Plus. The back camera, there's actually 2, 16 megapixel and an 8 megapixel, and the front one is a 16 megapixel. Yeah. Okay, all right, to the good part. Wow, feels like it's a hard rubber, but it's soft to the touch. And this is the type of cases that I love to use because they're very slim. It even gives you lanyard hookups to put the string into there, and even on the other side, on the bottom, of course, is going to be cut out perfectly. They're making it themselves, and it even has a little bit of a rise over the screen, so if you do put it on its face, you're not going to rub it on the screen, but you also have that screen protection as well. This is a case that I would actually consider using for my own Pixel. The Umidigi is going to be slightly shorter, but it's going to be same screen size pretty much because the bezels are so much smaller on this. They also have screen protectors already. And I'm going to remove this case. Ooh, yes, this is actually a really nice case. I like it. And now look at this thing. Woo! Alright, so we see some information here. Dual lens camera, fingerprint scanner, blah, blah, blah. You already know how it all works. This is such a nice look to it. Is it glass or plastic? Kind of hard to tell, but I think it's plastic just by the feeling of my nails and the sound of it. Oh, I pressed the power button. I didn't mean to do that yet. I wanted to do it on my own terms. Wow, that started to rub real quick. And look at that full screen. With LCD, you can't really curve them, so that's why all Android phones have a chin at the bottom. Again, beautiful looking phone here. The fingerprint is also glossy. It feels totally different, more slipperier. Dual lenses there. The flash is actually behind the glass. That's kind of cool. And then on the right side, volume and the power. The left, other than the SIM ejector. On the top, we just have one pinhole for the microphone. And on the bottom, most likely we have the speaker on the right. And on the left is microphone, just making it look flush and nice and even. And the USB Type-C plug. Okay, now that I've drooled over its beauty, I want to talk about what it feels like in the hand. Very comfortable. It is not wide. It doesn't feel like super wide. It's actually like a really good size, and there's going to be more screen all over it. And the round edges here feel really good to hold. They're comfortable. It's unfortunate that we have to cover this beauty look because protect it from drop. Oh yeah, I never said anything about the side. The side frame is definitely metal. You can feel the weight to it. It's heavy. It's solid. So by holding this phone, you're not feeling anything cheap. You're not going to think that this phone is going to cost less than $400 or $500. You're going to think that this phone costs like $800. If we turn it on, we can see that the full screen is pretty big. Compare the screens real quickly. The bottom of the screen starts there, and it happens to be bigger than my Pixel. So the screen is technically bigger than my Pixel, but the Z2 is smaller and more narrow. So I'm going to go through the setup and just jump right into the launcher. Oh wait. Before I go into the launcher, I gotta show you the fingerprint. My finger's almost on the spot, so I'm just gonna start touching it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 to add it in, so we'll just go next. And there we go, it's launching. What a beautiful looking phone already. We're into the notch trend right now. And again, this screen is super nice. It's 1080p plus. You're gonna get a high quality screen here. It is bright. And this is at the lowest it will go. You can see that it actually it's pretty bright here. And test the fingerprint unlock. So I'm going to touch it here. Now I am realizing that I can't really feel where it's at. The inside of the sensor feels the same as the outside of the phone, so you would not know the difference if you're in it. Even if you're on the side of it, it's kind of confusing. Let's turn it off again and hit it. You can see touch and unlocks. What's nice about it is that we already have an update right out of the box. We're gonna install now. And while it's updating here on the Z2, I'm gonna tell you about their other phone they sent me that only cost $100 for this, and it has a really good screen to body ratio. The reflections are really nice on these phones. I have a video, you can see it here pop up, testing games on it, and it works really nice. And this is a 5.5 inch, also has face recognition. Hit the power and show my face and it unlocks. So now we are updated to the latest version to make sure everything's goody. And here's the octopus running smooth. Let's take a look, see what kind of settings they have that is different than normal Android. Buttons, so let's hit the buttons. We can actually move. So right now the back is on the right. We can put it back onto the left side. Can hide navigation bar actually. So you can hide it by pressing that. Ooh, that's nice. How do I bring it back up? Oh, nice, nice. Okay, that's pretty loud. Okay, we confirm that it's coming out of one speaker. Face ID. This is how we enroll the face. Unlock screen, enable face recognition when screen is lit. So I'm gonna keep it right here. So here I go, start enroll. So I'm just sitting here and I don't have to move the camera or do anything fancy. That's it. I'll now lock it, open, unlock. Wow, that's actually really fast. Doesn't see me, looking at it, unlocks. So that's pretty much the settings there. Going up to see what kind of bloatware we have. I don't see anything. Now the next thing is to test YouTube so we can hear the speaker play longer. Dame tu cosita. All right, let's play that real quick. Dame tu cosita. Dame tu cosita. Ay, dame tu cosita. Ay, dame tu cosita. You guys gotta watch the video. I got bags, I got real estate. For play, I ain't come to play. I got big fish money, he gon' bite the bait. Yeah. If you judge by the audio quality coming from my microphone, it's actually not that bad. It could be louder. I do desire a little bit more loudness. Okay, and the last thing to do is test out the cameras. Here's the first picture. Anyway, we can swipe over to the right and go to the video. And this is the video, and I'm not gonna change any of the settings, just pressing right now. As I'm talking to you guys, I'm gonna swivel over, and this is what is happening back here. What's the quality of that? I really don't know where the settings is. Like, oh, okay. Why would they not tell us where it is? Okay, moving, so normal, panoramic, and bokeh. So there was no tutorial, but going to the right, there's a scene mode. You can adjust the lighting or the colors. You can go to the brightness. You can actually adjust them, so they're always going to be a certain setting for you. And video format, MP4 or 3GP. So MP4 is what I need and what I like to work with. And that's pretty much in the settings for video. Let's go to the picture. Anti-shake, so it's more of an image stabilization. Self-timer, picture size. Now, is there 4 cameras as I thought there were? I don't know. We'll have to see how it turns out when I test the videos. Feels smooth and fast. Go over. Yeah, I love that feature that you bring from the Pixel. So we can quickly just get out of the pocket, double click, and you're gonna get to the camera. Let me go outside and test some videos. But first, I'm gonna show you some photos on a sunny day. This is just point and shoot, no HDR yet. So this is just a panoramic shot right here. Looks pretty decent. And then this is gonna be HDR off and then HDR on. All it does is really highlight the brightness, as you can see here, off and on. So that's what it looks like. Oh yeah, and the portrait mode. Yikes. It does not work. It is not a dual camera lens, so you're not going to get that bokeh effect. It's literally just adding a focus filter ring. I'm going to have to say it. It's trash for the bokeh effect. Now, I don't have to explain too much here because you're seeing what you get. I have to touch focus sometimes when I'm close or getting away from objects because they won't refocus itself. So the autofocusing is a hit or miss, although you can get some decent shots out of it. Obviously, it's not the sharpest thing, but it's holding its own for what it is, what you're paying for. And you can see here, I'm just going to walk up to the tree. I'm testing out how it focuses up close. I have to touch to focus here, and then there's a bug that I just randomly saw in there, so I want to test the zoom to see if the camera switched over to a secondary one, but it doesn't. Okay, so this is me talking and walking outside here at the park. what does that sound like? What's the quality look like? Can't see me, that's kind of normal. And the white balance. Now if I was doing front facing camera and the audio, I might be covering some microphones. Let me just hold it differently, and that way I don't cover anything. And you can see the shadows on my face behind me, the movement of the camera. If it's too jumpy, I'm walking normally as I would, and we're going into some shaded area. We'll see how that changes for the face. If it can still see me, you can see it jumping back and forth. Pretty clear there, and the background is blown out so it can accommodate my face. That's how bright it is if I stare up. Now supposedly it has dual cameras, but just to show you that I'm gonna tap and hold this camera off, I can still see right through, and if I zoom in and try to see if it actually, you know, transfers over to the other camera, it does not. So this camera does nothing. It is all for looks. I'm only comparing these two together because of the size, not because they compete with each other. So don't think that this phone is gonna outdo any of the flagships out there. It's just a very good alternative for a backup for kids, an emergency phone, something to hold you off until you want to save up for a better phone. Other than everything I showcased of what this phone can do, it looks great. And as usual, what I like to do is run games on this, so there'll be a top 10 games running on the Z2. So yeah, there you guys have it. If you want one for yourself, find it in the description down below by clicking in this little tab, or is it this one on browser, and you can find the link to where you can get this. So thank you for watching, and as always, I will see you guys next time. Later.